Hello, welcome to Life Today. Okay. Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to today's live. Today, I want to discuss, is one income okay? Is one income really sufficient for you? And we're looking at it under our Immigrant series. Immigrant money series. Is one income source okay? Not like our usual topic about investing. Today we want to talk about money generally. So talking about money generally today. Yes, that is what we're going to be doing today. Talking about money. So we're looking at, is one income source actually sufficient? Is it enough for you to have just one income source? Is it enough for you to have just one income source? That is what we're going to be looking at today. And the session is going to be very interactive. Yes, so it's going to be very interactive because I know when we talk about money, when we talk about income sources, it all concerns everybody, right? This is not just investing now. We're looking at income in 2026. And today being the 1st of February, it's good for us to start planning ahead. Before you know, January is already gone, right? And we're already in February. So let's discuss, is one income source okay? For you, personally, maybe not. That is what we're going to be discussing today. Okay, so my first question to open the show is, I want you to be honest, right? Honestly speaking, if you were to be honest, if your income stops today, like the income you have, if it stops today, would you still be okay? Will you still be okay? Will you still be able to survive if the income you currently have should stop today? So let's say you're 9 to 5, you stop working today. Thank you for joining us on Instagram, on TikTok. You're welcome. Let's be honest with ourselves, if your salary should stop today, you no longer have a job, will you still be able to survive? So if the answer is yes, then that means you have other sources of income aside from your main income. You have other sources that is giving you income. That is why your answer will be yes. If your main income stops today, if you'll still be able to survive. If your answer is no, then that means one source of income is what you have, and that is not okay. So the question is, if your salary or your wages should stop today, will you still be able to survive? And I said, if the answer is yes, it means you have more than one source of income. And if the answer is no, it means you have just one source of income and it is not enough. So let's see, why is one source of income not enough? Why is one source of income not enough in the economy of today? Number one, your jobs are not guaranteed. You've heard a lot of companies, even tech companies, that you believe that tech companies are doing. Thank you very much, Mr. Lance. You're welcome to today's live. Anytime you want to come up, just send in your request. Okay. And thank you for the me. So if you've heard about tech companies laying off, you will believe that tech companies tech is the order of the day now. So tech ordinarily shouldn't be laying off people, right? But tech companies are actually laying off. So if tech company that everybody believes that tech is the order of the day right now is laying off people, what is the fate of other companies that are smaller than tech companies, other companies that are not doing as well as tech companies? So it tells you that if you have just one job, you have just your main job, right, and you're earning from just that source of income, it is not enough because jobs are not guaranteed. Especially if you're not the owner of that company, that job is not guaranteed, right? Another reason is why one source of income is not enough is because prices will keep going up. Because of inflation, prices would keep going up. If you look at what you bought 2 years ago, if you take $100 to the store and buy items, it's possible you're able to buy 10 items. But if you take that same $100 to the store today, you may not be able to buy those 10 items you bought 2 years ago. What does that tell you? It tells you that prices are increasing every day. It might be by $1, it might be by 50 cents, but prices are increasing every day. And that tells you that if you have just one source of income that is stagnant, or that you're only getting an increase of maybe 5% every year, that is every 12 months, you only get a 5% increase, is that enough? It tells you it is not enough. Then, emergencies don't warn us. That is another reason why one job or one source of income is not enough, right? Emergencies do not warn you. An emergency can come at any time. Emergencies do not warn you, and they can come at any time. So if you have just one source of income that you're using to maintain maybe the lifestyle you have, you don't even have anything extra aside from when you get your salary, you get your pay, you split it on your bills. There's nothing extra to be put aside for an emergency day. Then it tells you that that's one source of income. It's not enough. Then one source of income will create fear. That is it, because you're scared. You don't want to lose your job. Because if you lose this job now, what other places can you make money from? You don't know, right? So because of that, you don't want to lose that job. You stay there even if you're not happy with the job, you're tired with the job, you do not like your boss, you still have to go to that job. That's because you only have that one source of income. Thank you for the likes, Mr. Lance. You only have that one source of income. That is another reason why having just one source of income is very risky. And one source of income also limits your choices. That's a simple truth. It limits your choices. If I have just one source of income, see as I quickly accept and join the live. You're welcome. Bidamola, I think that's the name. I'm not wearing my glasses. So, yes, so it does. When you have just one source of income, it doesn't give you the choices that you would want to make in life, right? It doesn't give you those choices you want to make in life. Now, have you ever felt stuck in your current job? You don't like the job, but you don't have another alternative. Have you ever felt stuck that way? I want you to be honest with yourself. Like, I felt so stuck that, I don't feel like working in this company again. But right now, I don't have any other source of income, right? I don't have any other source of income. It means I have to stay with what I currently have. Okay, so if you want to share, you can share in the chat, or if you want to come up, you can come up and share your story. Like I said, it's an interactive section. We're telling ourselves, how can we move from the fact that we have just one source of income in 2026, create something extra for ourselves so that we can get that freedom. We are not scared. If we lose our job today, we are not worried. We are not only going to depend on EI because you lost your job and you're scared of, after 6 months, maybe EI will not pay you again and the likes, right? And you're scared, you want to start, you're just scared, right? That is what we are discussing today. Now, back home before I came to Canada, I used to work in the bank, and I just had that one source of income, I think before 2018. And each time there's always a time of the year when there's always a list of people, a list of staff that will be let go. It's just the way the bank is. You have some people that will be promoted, and you have some people that will be let go at some particular time of the year. But when it gets to that time, because it's the list of the people that will be let go that would come out first before the list of the promotion will come out. At that time, when you know, it's almost time for them to bring out the list of people that will be laid off, you're scared. Everybody is scared. Everybody is quiet. Everywhere in the office is quiet. Nobody wants to crack jokes. That's because most of us only had that source of income. And you're wondering that, oh, if I have just this source of income and this source of income should go away, what happens? Right? What happens? That is me sharing my personal story. On the 2018, that I now decided to start doing drop shipping. I was selling on Jumia then. Then it wasn't, I didn't know the name was drop shipping, but when I look at it with what I was doing, with what drop shipping means today, I was actually doing drop shipping, and it gave me alternative. If my name should come out on that list as someone to be laid off, I'm not going to be as scared as somebody that does not have an alternative. And that is what we want to discuss in today's discussion. So let's look at what are the types of income you can have. What are the types of income you can have? Number one, you can have an active income, and that is what majority of the people have. Your active income is what you actively work for. Maybe you're 9 to 5. You have a business as an entrepreneur. That is your active income. It means you exchange your time for money, right? If I do a 9 to 5, what does that mean? It means I'm exchanging my time for money. If you do an entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur, you run a one-man business, you're exchanging your time for money, right? It becomes active. If you do not work, you do not make money, right? That is why it is active. You need to work even if you run a business. If you're running a business that if you do not open your store, you will not make money. That means it's an active income for you. If you're running, no matter how big the company is, if you're not there, if that company cannot move forward, the company cannot function without you being present, it means it's an active income to you. Because most people used to say, oh, I run a business, I'm a business owner, that means it's not an active income. No. As long as if the business cannot move, the business cannot run without you, then you're running an active income. It's just as if you're having a 9 to 5. Your regular employment. You must be there. You're exchanging your time for your money. That is your active income. Then the next one is passive income. Passive income, you could say you're making your money work for you. That's number one. You can make your money to work for you, and that is investing. You're investing in the stock market. You've invested in a business, and the business, you're not in that business. Someone else is running that business. You have just invested in that business, and at the end of the day, the returns, you're splitting the return with that person, right? That is a passive income. That is one form of passive income. Another form of passive income could be you've created something. You've created maybe a product, you've created a service, and it runs without you, right? It runs without you. So for instance, you have a digital product. A digital product, you create it once and you sell it over time, right? You sell it over time. You've done the work once and you begin to sell it over time. Royalties can also come under this. You wrote a book. You wrote a book once. Since I wrote my book, I've not had to rewrite it. Each time I make sales on Amazon, right? You wrote a book and over time, you keep selling, right? You have a content monetization page. You've created the content. In 10 years, if somebody sees your content, they are still going to pay you for it, right? That is passive. You've done the job once, and over time, you are getting passive income. And the top type of income I want to discuss today is called the skill income. Skill income. In the skill income, you look at what skill set do I currently have? What skill set do I currently have? From the skill set you currently have, you can carve some services out from that skill set. You can carve some services out from that skill set and sell it. Once you sell the skill sets, then you make money. I know at your 9 to 5, you're currently selling your skill, but you're selling it actively. You're selling it for somebody else, right? You're selling it in somebody else's company. But in the skill set income, this one, you create a service out of the skill. You have 200 skill. You take just one skill and create a service out from that skill, right? And begin to offer. It can be a product. You can create a product out of your skill, right? and begin to offer it to people in exchange for money. Now, every one of us, most of us, we have active income. I still have my 9 to 5 that I do, right? I still have my 9 to 5 that I do. But where we now need to build on, which is the one income that most of us have, the active income. What we need to build on in this 2026 is you creating that passive income and you creating the skill income. The passive income and the skill income is where I want us to build on in 2026. And I've told you that passive income could be in diverse ways. You can make your money work for you by investing in the stock market or investing in a business. You're not running that business. Don't make the mistake. If you invest in the business and you're still there 9 to 5, it becomes your active income. But if you invest in the business and you don't have to be there for the business to run, then it becomes passive to you. Or you can make your money work for you in the stock market, or you can create a product. Create a product and sell the product. Skill. You look for what skill do you currently have. Everybody has a skill. Everybody has a skill. What skill do you currently have that you can create a service out of and begin to sell it? Okay. Now, so if we have questions, like I said, you can either leave it in the chat box, or if you want to share, you can send your request to come up the box and share. So let us give examples of what we can easily relate with and what most of us must have heard about. So let's say you want to create a digital product. A digital product is something you create and you sell to others, right? Now, I'm going to tell you how to sell it, how to do your pricing and how to sell, because that is where most people get stuck. It's not the creation. Most people will look at, oh, how do I get people to buy and how do I do my pricing, right? How do I get people to buy and how do I do my pricing? It's creating the digital product is actually the work, right? But you need to sell. Nobody will know you have a product if you do not bring it to their face. You would not know that I teach investing if I don't bring it to your face. That is the way it is. Now, but how do you market it and how do you sell it? Another thing you can do is freelancing. There are a lot of freelancing job you can do that you can do at your spare time. After you come from your 9 to 5, you have 2 hours, you can do it. Freelancing job, one can be maybe virtual assistant. Virtual assistant. There are some people that are very good in administrative. They are good, you're good in documentation. You can do virtual assistants. It doesn't need to stop you from doing your 9 to 5, right? You can create it that, okay, what the virtual assistants you're doing is between maybe 6 and 8 p.m. and you're done. 2 hours and you're going to do your pricing. Like I said, I'm going to talk about the pricing part very soon. Now, but let's address, why do people not want to do something extra? Why do we always want to stay with that one income from our regular job, one salary from our regular job? Why is it that we just want to stay there? Because that is our comfort zone. You don't need to make decision of your own. You don't need anything. Number one reason is the fear of unknown. If I create this product now, who would buy? Yours is to create it first, right? Yours is to create it first. If I do this, if I offer this service now, who would come and who would buy from me? Yours is to create it. That is what you're supposed to do. Don't bother about the people that will buy it. Create it first. Then you can now think of those people that will buy it. And I'll tell you how you can even create your products, how you can do your market visibility so that you know if this product is something that is out there. And another thing why people don't want to leave that comfort zone. We just want to stay with our 9 to 5, want to stay with, I don't need to take any decision, is the fear of failing. Fear of failing. But if you don't fail, how do you learn? How do you learn if you don't fail? If you don't take that step, how would you learn? Right? A lot of people, we've heard of big names that have failed several times before they finally hit that one thing that worked for them. And that one thing did what? It brought their name out. Nobody saw them where they were failing. Right? So, most people are scared of failing. I don't want to fail. That is why most people do not want to leave the 9 to 5. I'm just okay with this, my 9 to 5. Let me keep doing my 9 to 5. Even if it means me taking 2 9 to 5, that means I'm working 16 hours a day. And the fear of not knowing enough, that's another thing. Do I really think I know enough to be able to offer this service? Do I really think I know enough to be able to teach other people? Do I really think I know enough to be able to create this product, to be able to sell, to be able to bring people to be able to add value to people? That's another reason why most people do not want to start. Now, let's look at what actions can you take today. What actions can you take today? Thank you for the likes. So, if you currently have just one income, right? The action step you can take today is trying to get just one extra income. Just one extra income that's the first thing you need to take. What's the one extra income I can add to this main income? I'm not telling you to stop your regular 9 to 5. No, because if you stop, you're going to put yourself under pressure. That's the simple truth. You put yourself under pressure. And because you're putting yourself under pressure, there's tendency for you to fail. There's tendency for you to want to impose it on people because you're putting yourself under that pressure. But if you leave your 9 to 5, you still have that. When I say 9 to 5, I mean your active income now. You leave your 9 to 5. No, if you still have your 9 to 5, you have that active income coming. There's time for you to create that passive, which is that one extra income. Don't take multiple. Just say, I want to have one extra income. Then give it about 3 to 6 months. It needs time. You need to nurture it. It's not today. You start today, you want to blow tomorrow. It doesn't really work that way. Right? You start today, you want to blow tomorrow. It doesn't really work that way. You give it time. You nurture it to that stage where you can now say, oh, this is comfortably working. And you learn as you go. You don't need to know everything. When I started going live on TikTok, I didn't even know how to put title. Right? I didn't know how to add a title on my page. But the following day, I would see somebody that tell me, okay, add this. This is where you go, add this. I didn't know how to do all this clap and the likes. Someone taught me on this live. But if I had waited and said, okay, I need to have everything in place before I start, maybe I will still be waiting now. Maybe I will still be waiting now because I will still be trying to figure it out myself. That is why you don't need to have everything in place before you start. And stop waiting for perfect timing. There's no perfection anywhere. Oh, I think March might be the perfect time because it's already the first quarter is coming to an end. There is no perfect time. The perfect time is actually now. The perfect time for you to start is actually now. So before we move ahead, right? Let's look at you. Let's say you want to create passive income from a digital product. Right? You want to create passive income from a digital product. I told you can do a lot of passive income. You can do affiliate marketing, right? Affiliate marketing. So let me talk about digital product, then I'll talk about affiliate marketing because those are the easy place for you that you can easily just go in and start, right? So let's say you want to create a digital product. Look at what do you currently know. You've done your 9 to 5, you have 10 years experience in your 9 to 5. What do you currently know that you can easily put in a product? A digital product is always like a downloadable, right? A downloadable, maybe ebook, maybe a downloadable a poster or something that teaches other people how to do what you already know. You might be surprised. You can do a digital product on even how to babysit your 3-year-old child. You can create a book on how to babysit your 3-year-old child. If you've done it, maybe you're a sit-at-home mom, right? And you've cared for your 3 children. You didn't have a nanny. You were the one that taught them how to do potty sitting and everything. You have the experience. There are new moms that are looking for somebody to teach them how to do that thing you already know. You can create a small book, a small ebook, and say, this is how you babysit your 3-year-old child. This is how you potty train your 3-year-old child. And you're going to put it up and people would buy. There's a digital product I saw this week, how to decluster your home. How to decluster. You would imagine that why would somebody be selling how to decluster your home? But there are people that is looking for, their home is so scattered and they're just wondering, what do I really do to make this home neat? And somebody has successfully done it over the years and have kept their home so sparkling neat and everything. And the person has decided to put that in a digital product and begin to sell to others. Now, when you have the products, where can you create this type of product? There are a lot of places where you can create digital products, right? You can use Canva. You can use ChatGPT for your source, as in just to help you bring ideas together, right? Bring ideas together. You can design it on Canva. You don't need, I'm not sure you need the paid version for the Canva for you. At least you will still get some basic features on the Canva that are not even the paid version, on the free version. And you go up there, you design it. You design it and you begin to sell. Now, you list it on sites that are already there, out there. They already have the client base. They're just looking for vendors like you to list. And most of the sites are free. You only pay commission when you make sales. So what does it cost me? I can sit and do an ebook in about 1 hour. If I want to create a workbook, I can create a workbook in about 1 hour on my Canva. Fine, you would say because I understand how to use Canva very well. That's why I said give yourself about 6 months, right? Because the first month, the second month, your first and second month might be your learning curve. How do I create it, right? How do I create it? And there are free resources out there that you don't even need to pay to learn, except you want to speed up, then you can pay to learn. But if you say, I'm just doing this by the side because I know by the end of December, I want to have an extra income come to me. I don't want it to just be based on the one income I have, right? So you've given yourself time. Like I said, you don't need to stop. You don't need to cut that active income before you start building the passive income. You build the passive income while you are still actively working. Thank you for the follow, TJ. Right? You build the passive income while you are still actively working. So you're not under any pressure. You can say, I want to take 3 months to learn how to create on Canva. But you might say, oh, I want to speed up my process and pay to learn. There are people that will teach you how to create. And Canva is so easy. Get your idea from ChatGPT. This is what I already know. When you're putting your idea on ChatGPT, you're going to put it in such a way that you make it act as you. You're not just telling him, I want to write an ebook on babysitting. No. You will tell ChatGPT, you tell what is the age range. I'm doing this for stay-at-home mom that have 3 kids. The 3 kids are under 10 years old. I'm writing. He begins to think as a 10-year-old mom. As a mom that has 3 kids that are all below 10 years, right? It begins to think like that, and it gives you something valuable. A lot of people put out products out there, but it's not valuable, and people will only pay for value. That's what people will pay for. They will only pay for value. If you're giving value, people would pay. I can guarantee you. If you're giving value, people would pay. You're not just putting out your products there because everybody has a product there. You're going to make yourself distinct. And how do you make yourself distinct from all the general markets? You know, there's general markets. How do you pick yourself out and stand out from that general market? It's when you define your unique clients. Everybody cannot be your customer. For me, I talk to immigrants. So if you're not really an immigrant, you might not be attracted to me as a market, because I talk to immigrants. I talk to people like my skin, right? It's not even all immigrants. People that look like me. Those are the people I talk to. So if you're not in that box, you might not be attracted to me because I have carved my niche. I am not here to talk to everybody because it is not possible. If you say you want to talk to everybody, you will be lost in that general market. And that is where 96% or 95% of the people that are selling are, in that general market. So you need to take yourself off that general market and stand out. And how do you stand out? Is you trying to define your market. What is my market? That is the first place you start from. What is my market? My market is, I am talking to undergraduates, people that are in college that are undergraduates, people in the higher institution that are undergraduates. I am talking to students in high school. You carve your niche. Anybody that is not in high school would not find your message attractive. But anybody that is in high school will find your message attractive because you have carved your niche. So in designing a product, either digital product, physical product, you need to have a market. You're not there for everybody, so that you're not lost in the general market, like I said. Now that you know your niche, you know I've carved my niche, I'm talking to only women. I know a lady on this TikTok that only teaches women. It tells you, I teach busy moms, not even all women. Busy mom. So if you're not a mom, you will not fall into her bucket. She's not speaking to you, right? Because she has categorized it. Busy mom. If you're a mom that you're not busy and you're not looking for something extra, she's not speaking to you. She's only speaking to busy mom that are tired and want an extra income, right? So you can see the way she carved her niche. That is what you're going to be doing if you want to create a product, be it digital, be it physical. I said digital product is downloadables, right? Now that you have carved your niche, you know the people you want to talk to. How do you do your pricing? How do you do your pricing so that you're able to make money from it? So I said, you've carved your niche, you know the product you want to do. We're going to be designing it on Canva and on ChatGPT. ChatGPT will help us with, I don't know what's in my mouth. ChatGPT will help us to expand our ideas while we're going to be designing the product on Canva. That is for you that want to sell a digital product, right? The next thing you want to do is, how do you do your pricing? Now, in doing your pricing, you start from the top. Most people start from the bottom. I'll tell you what the top is and what the bottom is. You start from the top. Now, if I want to design my pricing, right, I'm going to tell myself, how much do I want to make every month from this product? What's my expected revenue every month from this product? My expected revenue is $2,000. Maybe that is what I want to make as revenue from this product. That's fine. Now, if I want to make $2,000 every month from this product, I have various options. That's the top, right? That's my revenue. I'm still going to, how do I cast it to the pricing? My revenue is, I want to make $2,000 every month. Now, I have various options of making $2,000 every month. I can sell to one client for $2,000. I will make $2,000. That's, I'm selling to just one person. All I need to do is to sell to one person to make that $2,000. I can decide to say, I want to sell to two people, meaning I will sell at $1,000 each to two people to make my $1,000. I'll still make I'll make my $2,000, right? Remember, the goal is to make $2,000 every month. I've said you can decide to say, I'm selling to just one person, right? Or I can decide to say, I want to sell to two people in a month to make my $2,000. Number 3, I can decide to say, I want to sell to 4 people, which means I'm going to price it at $500 each. So if I get 4 customers in a month, I will still make my $2,000. Number 4, I can say I want to sell to 10 people. 10 people, it means I'll be selling for $200 each. to make my $2,000, right? I can decide to say I want to sell to 20 divided by 2,000. That's 100 people, right? 100 people at $20 to make my $2,000 every month. You can see the way I started from the top. What do I want to make every month? What revenue do I want to get every month, right? And I casted it down. Now, if I want to sell to 100 people at $20, the product I'm going to create will be different from if I want to sell to 4 people, which means my unit price is 500, right? The product I will create for a $20 sale will be different from the kind of product I will create for a $500, because for somebody to put out their $500, it means it is very valuable. The value that the person that is paying $500 will get will be different from the value that the person that is paying $20 will get. It helps you before you even start creating the product. If you say my pricing is, I want to make $200, okay, I just need to sell to 4 people, that means I'll be selling for $500. That means I need to know the kind of products I want to create that will be able to sell for $500 and be able to make my $2,000 every month. You can see the way you do your pricing, right? Most people start from the bottom. Okay, I'll just create I will be selling it for $20. And because you've already put a price to say I'll be selling it for $20, it becomes difficult for you to scale. It becomes difficult for you to even market the product, because you don't know what value am I looking for at the end of the month. What is the revenue target for the end of the month? What is the revenue target for the end of the month? If I say I want to sell just $20, what if I sell one in a month? I'm still good. I sold my $20, right? But if I say I want to sell $20 times 100, the marketing I'm going to do will be different from I want to sell $500 per one to 4 people to make my $2,000. And the way I'm going to do my marketing will be different as well. The way I will do my marketing will be different as well. If I'm creating a $20 product, I can give it to everybody. Even if you earn $20 per hour, you might be able to afford that $20. But when you say you're creating a product that you're selling for $500, then you need to look for a bit, either the middle class. You're not selling to everybody. You've now decided, you've dropped some people off the cadre that, okay, these people would not qualify to buy this product. Then you top up your marketing. Now, how do you market? Do we understand how we do our pricing before we go ahead? If you understand how you do your pricing, let me see one in the chat. And if you can let me like the live, I would appreciate that. Do we understand how you do your pricing and how you do your clear niche? How do you, okay, yes, I see one in the chat. Thank you. Okay, now that we know how we do our pricing and we've done our markets, we are not in the general market, we're standing out from the general market. Okay, now the next thing is, how do you now market? How do you market this product? Because the end game is for you to make sales. And if nobody knows what you're selling, you're not able to make that sales, right? So how do you market your product? You market your product in diverse ways. Don't tell me you are not a salesperson. Everybody sells something. Everybody sells something. I'm here right now. I am selling my skill. Because some people will be on this live, either on FYP or you're on the box, you're here with us, and they will see me and say, oh, I didn't know I could do this. Let me contact her for a one-on-one, right? That is me selling my skill. I might not tell you come and buy, but I am selling my skill. And you as well are selling, you are selling something. Even if you do your 9 to 5, you're selling your skill to that employer. You go for an interview, you're selling yourself at that interview, because there are more than one person that will be at that interview. You might be 3 or 4 vying for that same position, and it depends on the person that can sell themselves well, at that interview. The person might not know jack, but the person is able to market themselves, sell well, then that person will get that job over somebody that has 100% knowledge. Let me put it that way. Everybody sells something. Oh, I love this your jacket. It's so beautiful on you. Oh, I got it from Winners. You've made a sale. That is it. You've just sold Winners to that person. Because when you, oh, I love this your hair. Oh, I got it from, I don't know, from one store. You've just made a sale to that person, right? You didn't know, but in your conversation, you already made a sale to that person. Because if the person wants to get that same jacket, the person will most likely go to Winners to check. A person can even tell you, oh, do you still have the link? Can you send it to me? Yes, and you go to your phone, you search. But when it comes to you selling your personal products, it becomes so difficult because it's in our conscious mind that, oh, I want to make sale. What do I say now? What do I say now? If you want to sell, number one is give out value. Give out value. If you give out value, it will attract people to you. If you give out value, it will attract people to you. How do you give out value? You could say, right now, I'm giving out value, right? I'm telling you, one source of income is not enough. This is how you can create other sources of income, right? I'm giving out value. Somebody, like I said, will say, oh, and it's true. What do I need to do? And wants to take the next step further, right? Give out value first. The value you give, you will not know the person that is saving that value. You would not know the person that value would be able to add to, right? Give out value on your WhatsApp, on your social media. Give out value. Don't just post pictures. You don't need to be a full-time content creator. This week, you can just say, oh, just something. Maybe you know how to do Excel very well. You can just say, do you know that if you want to do concatenate on Excel, this is how you do it? Value. Value. Somebody that wants to learn how to work on Excel will reach out to you because you've given out that value. So that is the first thing you do. You give out value. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to put it in the faces of people that you sell something. You sell something. Coca-Cola still runs adverts today. Today, who does not know Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola is a brand name, as is a family name rather. Every family, you would see somebody, no matter how little or how old the person is, they've heard about Coca-Cola, except maybe for babies that can't talk, right? But Coca-Cola still does what? It still brings it to our face to tell you that, oh, you need to take Coca-Cola. That is them bringing it to our faces. So you as well, after giving out value, you bring it to their faces. I sell this. I sell this. It doesn't cost you anything. Either they buy or they don't buy. It doesn't cost you anything. But I tell you, as you bring it to their face, that person might not want to buy today, but they will save it. They will save it. And the day they need that service or the day they need that product, your name will come to mind. Your name would come to mind. That is how you make your sales. That is how you do your marketing. Create it on those groups that you're in. Your religious group. Tell them, this is what I do. Your local community. Tell them, if it's businesses you want to help, this is what I do. You can just walk into the business and say, oh, I just want to drop my complimentary card. This is what I do in case you ever need my services. And drop your card and walk out. That is it. If they need your service, they will reach out to you. Right? And that is how you make your sales. That is you creating digital products. Right? And you can create digital products once. All you need is just one-time work. That is the sweetest thing about digital products. One-time work. And you sell it over and over and over and over again. Okay, and I said I was going to talk about affiliate marketing. So what if you don't even want to create a product in your name? You don't want to create a product in your name. You can sell for to any other person. So I have a question coming from Instagram, and this question is about investing. Do I use Roth IRA to buy ETF or saving my money in Roth IRA? That is about investing. So use your Roth IRA to buy ETF. Don't save money in Roth IRA. If you want to save money, you're going to put it in an IE savings account. But use it to buy ETF. That is when you make money from it. Right? I hope I answered you. Right? So, I said affiliate marketing. I hope I answered you, Abu AK. Use your Roth IRA to buy ETF. Don't just save money in your Roth IRA. Okay. So, if you want to, you don't want a product in your name. You don't just want that stress, right? Sell other people's products and get paid commission. Remember, this is not our active job. Okay, you're welcome, sir. This is not our active job. Our active job is still going. We still have to go to 9 to 5. I tell you, I still have my 9 to 5. I'm a system analyst, right? Just that I don't like teaching system analysts. I don't like teach. I love to teach, but I love to teach finance because that has been my background. Finance is my background, but system analyst pays the bill, right? So I still do my 9 to 5, but do I have passive income? Yes, I do. Do I have passive income? Yes, I do. Can I comfortably say I don't want to be a system analyst again today? Yes, I can. Yes, I can, because I've built it over the years. Now, if you don't want to create a product in your name, sell for other people and get paid that commission. Remember, you're not under pressure. That is one thing I want you to know. So you're not under pressure. You are just looking for something extra that would add to your active income, so that in case you're even tired or you've built that passive income to a certain level, you can say, let me take a break from this active income and begin to work on it. And I've seen a lot of people that started building their passive income from the ground, and today their passive income of then has now become their active income, right? It has now become their active income. Thank you for the follow, DJ. Okay, now that we know, so I said sell for people. There are a lot of places where you will get products to sell for people. There are some that will tell you that you don't need to buy the product yourself for you to sell. And there are some that will tell you you need to buy the product for you to sell. I don't know how I will arrange this. You need to buy the product for you to sell. Now, why do I advise you buy the product for you to sell before you sell? Except you already understand that field. If you don't understand the field and you're an affiliate marketer, people are not seeing the back end. They assume you are the owner of that product. So the questions would most likely come to you. So let's say, for instance, I currently have an affiliate marketing for my investing program. And you want to become an affiliate marketing, like you want to become an affiliate marketer for my investing program. You begin to sell. The first question might come to you because you are the face. You are the one that they are seeing. So everybody assumes that is your product, right? So if you don't have any knowledge in that field and you're selling it, it becomes difficult for you to sell. But if you've already started investing, you understand, you can create wealth simple. You understand, I've bought 1 shares. This is how I did it. You can easily, comfortably sell that product. That is why it's good. If you want to do an affiliate marketing, you want to become an affiliate marketer, it's good for you to have knowledge in that product you want to sell on behalf of people. And you sell at your own comfort. I've told you how to sell, right? The same way, give value. Give value. It might even be just most affiliate marketers, most affiliate programs will give you things you can write on. They might just tell you this is what you used to sell. Post it on your timeline. Nobody is holding you. Don't think, they will not think that I've started selling. Yes, let them think that you started selling. But you're making your income. You're making your income. If they are sold, if they are angry, your money comes to you. It doesn't go to their pockets. The money you get gives you that peace of mind. So you can do that digital product, or you can do the affiliate marketing. Now let's talk about the skill income, because that is where that is what is in progress now. That is what is in the air. Progress now. That is what is in the air right now. Skill. What skill do you currently have? Because you've done it for 10 years and somebody can wake you right now and say, oh, Sifao, if I want to post this in the ledger, where do I post it? I'll tell you, okay, debit here and credit here. Does not mean that somebody knows it that way. It doesn't mean that somebody knows it that way. Before I relocated to Canada, I'm very good in Excel. Like I used to work as a control person, and you know everything. Before this technology that everything can post, you do Excel, you do all your reconciliation, all your auditing, you do it on Excel. So I'm very good in Excel. When I came to Canada and someone was telling me that, do you know that do you know that I'm looking for somebody to teach me Excel. I'm like, you're looking for somebody to teach you Excel. I said, go on YouTube now. He said, no, I don't know anything about Excel. It became strange to me that, is it possible that somebody does not know anything about Excel? But I forgot that I've had over 14 years experience working on Excel. I forgot I've had over 14 years experience working on Excel as my main tool. But somebody will say, that is a skill that I have, right? It's a skill I already have. Because I have that skill, it has become a part and parcel of, if you wake me up and tell me, how do I do this on Excel? I can tell you with my sleepy eye and go back to sleep. Okay, do this, and go back to sleep. But that does not mean that there's no person out there looking for somebody to teach them that skill, or looking for somebody to offer a service around that skill. There are so many businesses today that are looking for somebody to just do their reconciliation. I can say I don't want to teach Excel because not everybody likes to teach. Like I told you, I like to teach. But do I like to teach everything? No, I don't like to teach Excel. But I can teach on money. That is my own area where I like to teach. If you tell me to teach you on Excel right now, I might not be able to teach you. I might not be able to impart the kind of knowledge I will impart when it comes to money, right? But I can create a service. So it does not mean that you must, because when you look about, when most people talk about the skill income, right? Most people think that, oh, I have to now come and start teaching people. No, you can create a service around the skill you currently have. Create a service around that skill. Oh, I love to cook. Create a service around that skill. Not everybody likes to cook. Because you find it so easy, you can stay in the kitchen 24 hours, 7 days, does not mean that everybody likes to cook. Create a service around it. So you might either teach, you can see skill becomes two-sided. You can either teach or you create a service. You create a service out of that skill. And how do you now find people? Look for people in your locality. Look for people I just told you now, if I wanted to create a skill around my reconciliation, as in reconciliation and everything and audits, I will look for small businesses around me. A lot of them are looking for people that will just balance their bank account and their cash. And what will I do? Send me your bank account, send me your cash account. On my computer, between 6 and 8, I can balance a company's book if everything looks good. And you can charge, the value you can charge for service is not even compared to the value you charge for products. Digital products, everybody is there, but service, you charge on service. You create the value, you create the charge yourself. I can decide to say, I'm going to be charging $10,000 for this service I'm offering. Nobody's going to hold me. I will look for my client that will pay me that $10,000. Somebody else can say, I'm just going to be charging $2,000. That is them. But it's a service. So create a service around the skill you currently have. So you can say, and you can have all. You can have the digital product. I have digital product. I teach. That is my skill. If I want to create a service, I can create a service around the skill I currently have. Let me tell you how I can create a service, because you say, oh, how can you create? If you want me to dissect how you can create service on what you currently do, you can send in your request and I'll ask you. If you don't need to be too vulnerable, just tell me what you currently do and I'll tell you if the services you can create around what the skill you currently have. You can send in your request and I'll bring you up. Okay? So I'll tell you how I'm going to create a service around the skill I have. So right now, like I told you, I teach investing, right? If I want to create a service, I already have a skill, which is teaching. I teach. That is me teaching, right? Now I want to create the service. We said skill, you can do service or you can teach. I want to create a service. How can I create a service? There are some people that they don't even want to learn how to invest. They are not bothered about how to invest. So what you would do is you build a portfolio for them and tell them, if you're within this range and this range, right? I'm not teaching right now. If you're within this range and this range, just choose these portfolios. Okay, invest in this, invest in this, invest in this. I know your risk profile. Do this and create your risk profile. I'll create a service. I'll offer it. I can now say every 6 months we'll review your portfolio. And you know one thing about service. You're not teaching. It can just be one-time fee, right? You just pay, you learn, you go. Service can be repeated. You can continue to charge every month. You can have a 2 years agreement and say, this service we are offering is for 2 years agreement. If anybody, you can't break the contract. It's a contract. It's a binding contract. That's a good thing about service. I can decide to say, I want to offer a cleaning service. And I'm signing, if you're coming into my contract, you're signing a 2 years contract with me. It means that I will deliver. That is one thing I will tell you, that I will deliver. But as long as I'm delivering, you're binded under that 2 years contract. And if you're breaking, there's a fine. So what does that tell you? So let's say I want to start doing reconciliation for small businesses. And I say, okay, maybe I'm just going to be charging $500 per month for reconciling your books. I will check your bank account, maybe your bank account against your cash account once a month or twice a month, and it's $500, right? You offer, that's the service I'm offering. I'll tell you this particular date, send me your documents, and I will reconcile for you, right? Now, what happens? Okay, they're already giving me puzzle. I hope I'm able to solve this one today. Okay. So, please, if you can let me like the live so that they will not send another puzzle to me. Thank you. And if you can share it as well, thank you. Okay, so now I've told them, now I can now say I'm just going to get maybe 5 clients in a month. So I'm charging $500 for 5 clients. That's already $2,500. Aside my main income. I told you in 3 hours, in 4 hours, you can sit down and reconcile an account. If the account is good, like everything is in place, no fraud, nothing is missing, nothing is broken. You can sit down and reconcile that account, right? $500 every month. That's $2,500 already. $2,500 already. If I sign a 2-year contract, I might not need to look for clients for the next 6 months. Because I still have my main job. I still have my main and active income. Right? I have my main and my active income. So I'll create a service around it. That is you creating a service around your skill. Look at yourself. What is it that you currently do that you are so good at? Look for what services can I create around this. You might not be able to come up with services. That is why Uncle Chat is there now. ChatGPT is there. That is why Uncle ChatGPT is there. Put it in ChatGPT. This is my skill. You can even put the whole of your resume there. You can take off your name. Put your resume and tell it, I would like to create service-based business from this resume. Give me top 3 skills you think I can use to create service-based business, and suggest the service-based business I can create from it. it will ChatGPT will even ask you, do you want me to refine it? To ask you again, do you like it or you want me to refine it? You can even bring it down to your locality. I stay in so locality. What can I create in this environment? What can I create in this environment? And you will be able to get everything from there. And if you even wanted to do your pricing, just like I've discovered that most times when you ask it to do your pricing, it will reduce the price for you. So, but what pricing do you want to give yourself? I've told you how to do pricing. We start from the top. What do I want to make each month? And how many people do I think I want to sell to? It tells us what is the price we want to give to that product. Okay, what is the price we want to give to that product? Now that we've known you can create digital products, that is aside from our active income. Please, I am not an advocate of somebody leaving their 9 to 5 to go and start building a business. If you already have your business going, it's good for you. But if you now want to leave your source of income that gives you, that feeds you, that pays your bill, with the hope of starting a new business, and you imagine that you will blow tomorrow, it might not be possible. But when you have that active income, it gives you leverage. You're not under any pressure. It gives you that leverage. But what are we trying to do? We're trying to add just one. Once you add that one, you can add 2. You can add 3. You can start with the digital product. I told you, if you know how to use Canva and you can build it in less than 2 hours. You can create a digital product in less than 2 hours. You sell it over and over and over again. Right? You don't have to stay with that one active income this year. You don't have to stay with that one active income this year. You might say, okay, what if I'm a doctor? Doctor earns so well. Yes, it's good. But doctors also have burnout. And is everybody a doctor? No. Even if you're earning so well, what stops you from creating something by the side? I just told you the fear of anybody can be laid off. As long as you're not the owner of the company, you can be laid off. As long as you are not the owner of the company, you can be laid off. So, at the beginning of this teaching today, we said, if you lose your salary, as in your salary should stop today, will you be under any pressure? Will you be able to survive? And I said, if your answer is yes, it means you don't just have one active income. You have other things that is bringing money to you. And if your answer is no, it means you're only on one active income and you need to start thinking of how can I create another income by the side. If you notice, I've not said come and buy anything. I'm only telling you, look at what is within you. Look at what you currently have that you can use to create another income by the side. Put it in the faces of people. But I said before you start putting it in the faces of people, make sure you're giving out value. And don't wait to say, okay, I don't even have, when I started creating content, okay, on my TikTok, I think I still have just about 1,000 followers, right? But I market my things. I'm not waiting till I have 1 million followers, because followers does not convert to buyers. It doesn't mean that, what I mean by that is not the huge followers that I have that would determine the amount of buyers you would get. You might have 3 followers. When you give them value, there might be somebody that is willing to take the step further to say, oh, if you've given me this value for free, it means you have more, that if I pay, I'll be able to get more from you. I'll be able to get more from you. And don't think that the market is already saturated. The market is not saturated. If everybody in this world begins to offer a business, people will still buy. And let me tell you why. Right now, I teach investing, right? I don't create clothes, right? I don't make clothes. So will I need clothing? Yes. That means I'll buy from somebody. The person that is making clothing might not be making food. Will that person need food? Do I need food? Yes. That means we'll buy from that person. So the market is never saturated. The only thing is, don't be in that general market. Create yourself. Stand out. create your niche. And I told you how to create your niche, right? Look for what market am I serving. Bring it to the granular level. Don't just say, oh, my product is for women. Everybody is a woman. Yes, you can call a 10-year-old a woman. You can call a 20-year-old, a 100-year-old a woman. But bring it to that granular level that it tells you this particular people are the people I am serving. I teach busy moms. Busy moms. Or I teach 9-to-5 moms that are looking for extra income. I teach 9-to-5 moms that are looking for extra income. What does that tell you? An entrepreneur, okay, an entrepreneur may fall into that bucket because it's an active income. But somebody that is not a mom, that does not do 9-to-5, that does not have an active income, does not fall into that bucket because they don't have burnout. They will not understand what you are saying. Even when you're telling somebody that does not have 9-to-5, that does not have burnout right now, you're telling them to come and make an extra income, they will not understand what you're saying. It's just like the way I'm teaching here right now. If an high school student should come to this live today, the high school student might not understand what I'm saying because the high school student already has, maybe he's working in Sobeys or something. They already have all their income is just an extra income because they are still getting money from their parents. But for somebody that is here that understands what I'm saying, it means you already have an active income. You're looking for something by the side. You understand? You're looking for something by the side. That is how you create your market. You go out from that general market, you stand out. I teach professionals. Everybody is a professional in their way. Barbers are professionals. Hairdressers are professionals. Me, I'm a professional. Doctors are professionals. Pick your markets. Pick your markets. I teach 30 to 40 years old male and female how to. I have picked my markets from the general markets because that is where most people get lost. We are in that general market and we are not able to sell. If you stay in that general market, you would not be able to sell. When I came to Canada and I started selling insurance products, that was the mistake I was making as well. I was in the general market and I could not sell. I just found out what is happening, even with the knowledge I impart and everything, but I was not able to connect because I did not carve out my niche. I was in the general market. But people that were able to carve out their niche, what did they do? They were able to scale because they carved out their niche. They knew the people they were talking to. They knew the pain that these people were feeling. And because they knew the pain that these people were feeling, they could speak and those people could relate with them. When I teach investing, I teach people as beginners. So if you're not a beginner, you will not understand what I'm saying. But if you're a beginner, you understand that, oh, this is where it's paining me. This is my pain. For somebody that is already investing, you can just say, oh, this lady, this is too beginner for me. But there are some people that have not started, and that is my market. So create a market for yourself and put yourself out there. Put out value. If you put out value, people would reach out to you. I can guarantee you. People would reach out to you. And what is the thing that right now everybody calls you? Oh, we want to do. Before I started teaching investing, most people used to reach out to me because, like I said, I used to sell insurance, right? So most people used to reach out to me. Oh, I want to start this investing. What can you talk about this portfolio and the likes? And I said, oh, this might be my area. This might be my area, right? They reach out to you, and because you feel it's so easy, you think it's easy for everyone. It's not. That is your market. That is your market. Okay. So, do we have questions? Do we have questions? Does anybody want to come up to share, to encourage us, or to share one or two things with us? Let's talk now. Let's talk. Have we gained anything from this class today? Let me ask. Have we gained anything from this class today? Today we didn't talk about investing. Oh, Mr. Okwe, thank you so much for joining, sir. Oh, Lance said gained a lot. I'm glad you did. So, yes, so I have nothing to say. Okay, that's fine. Thank you, sir. Yes, so now that we know this, what's the next step, right? The next step is for you to now move from where you currently are. January is already gone. Before you know it, February 1 is already gone, right? Before you know it, it will be December. And you ask yourself, what did I really do this year? The truth is, you cannot rewind time. But you can decide what the future holds for you. We don't have the ability to rewind time, because if all of us have the ability to rewind time, most of us will go back to when we were in high school. Right? If I had the ability to rewind time, I wanted to be a lawyer. I don't know if I'll still do it, but right? So if I had the ability to rewind time, I would just say, okay, let me rewind to my high school days and go back and study law. Do you understand? But we can decide what the future holds for us. You can decide what the future holds for you. There are a lot of service-based business out there. You might not know it now. You might not know it now. But you can learn it within the next 3 to 6 months and start offering it. You don't need to be perfect for you to start. You just need to be a step above the other person. That's all you need. A step above the other person is all you need. This person knows A. You know A, B. That B is above this person that knows A. That is all you need to start. As you go, you would learn along the way. The truth is, anything you don't practice, you don't really learn. That's the simple truth. You might think, oh, I'm very good in math, right? But if you've not practiced that math, you would not know if you're good at it. So, start from where you are. We've talked about you. All of us have active income. At least we do 9 to 5. It might be 16 hours. It might be 24 hours. But do you want to keep on doing that? Do you want to be scared when they say, oh, the list of layoff is coming up, and you're so scared you can't sleep, you're having IBP? No, you don't want that for yourself. And how can you prevent that? It's by you starting the process now. What do I currently know? What impact can I give to others? What do I think I know that I can either teach? Teaching is good. It's very sweet. If you know how to teach, if you love to teach, teaching is good. And the online space has made it so easy. If there was no internet, maybe I would not be talking to most of you today. Maybe I would not be, you will not even know somebody that is, that is in one small city. In one small city, very small city like that. It's possible that I would not have even known most people. Right? But with the advent of technology, it's out there. Right? Technology pushes you. It pushes you to the faces of people that you may never meet. But you give value to them and they pay you for the services that you offer. If you know how to teach, create teaching from that skill that you currently have. Teach other people and charge. It is not a crime to charge. You go to school. Don't you pay to go to school? Your teacher is teaching you from the skill they know. So if you pay to go to school, why is it a crime for you to charge people to teach? To teach them? It is not a crime for you, because a lot of people will say, oh, and she's not charging to teach that thing. Tell them, yes, I am charging to teach that thing. If you want to learn, come and pay for it. It's as simple as that. If you don't want to learn, there are free resources out there. But you've spent that 10 years of your life, even though you learned it in your 9 to 5. But that 10 years of your life, that 5 years of your life that you've used at that active job to learn that thing that you're now so good at, don't take it for granted, because you paid with your time. You paid with your time. You could as well be doing other things in that 5 years that you had that job. So you paid with the time you had. So it is not a crime to charge for what you currently have. Teaching, create services, create digital products. If you don't want to create digital products, join an affiliate link. Just get somebody, something good. Some people will pay you 60% commission, 70% commission. I have affiliate link that I earn 70% commission. I have two, 70% commission. One is teaching on Canva and how to design on Canva and the likes, where you can put it and sell, right? That one pays me 70% commission. The cost is $197. So for every sale I make 70% commission. The other one, there's a community where you learn different skills. They have about 18 skills in that community that you can begin to learn. You go for live classes. That one is $300. It pays me that one even pays me 80% commission. 80% commission. It means if anybody buys through my link, I get $240 as commission. That is it my product? No, it's not my product, but I'm selling for those people, right? So get an affiliate link, create a digital product. I've given you 4 things that you can do today. I'm not asking you to do the 4. Just take one. Just take one. Start with one. If it's digital product that you feel is comfortable for you, do your digital product. If it's affiliate marketing, you think it's comfortable for you, do your affiliate marketing. If it's a service-based business you think you can do from your skill you currently have, do your service-based. If it's teaching others what you already know, do your teaching. Okay. So, are there questions? If there is no questions, then I think we've gained something from today's life, right? And the most important thing is for you to take actions. Take action. Don't just let it slide by. Tell yourself, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start today. If you start today, in 6 months' time, you would not recognize yourself. I can tell you. Even if it's something you've never done before, in 6 months' time, you'll be better off than where you are today. So, I'm not seeing any question come in. Yes, so I want to believe we've done well today. We've learned a lot of things today. You can build on your one income that you currently have. So, before I go, I teach you how to invest in the stock market. So, let me market myself. I teach you how to invest in the stock market, what stocks to buy, how to create that mindset, and you can get it from the link in my bio. If you click my profile picture, you will see a link in my bio. You can get it and you can join our community as well, where we teach investing basically is what I teach. However, if you're looking for clarity, maybe you don't want to do investing based on the things I talked about today, how you can create extra income, you're looking for clarity and you want a one-on-one, like from both of us to sit down and we discuss, okay, what can you create? Let's carve a niche out of what you currently have, how to build your product and everything. You just want a one-on-one session, you can send me a DM and book your one-on-one session, right? It's just a 90-minute session and it's about $100. But it's not like the nitty-gritty. We'll sit down, we'll discuss, this is what you want to do. Okay, how can you create a product or a service base out of this, right? So that one is $100, but the link is not up. So if you need it, you will need to send me a DM for me to send the link to you. So that is me in a nutshell. If you want to join my affiliate community, the link is not up there as well, just because you can only have one link on my bio. If you want to join the affiliate community where you learn, we have about 19 different skills in that community. You learn different things. I don't want to start mentioning, but 19 different skills. If you want to see what is in the community, you can send me a DM. I'll send you the link, right? You will see everything in that community. That one is $300, but you get your affiliate link where you can use to refer your friends. As you're learning, you can be referring people and you will get paid. And if you want to learn Canva, I have a community that teaches you Canva and everything you can do with Canva. I just mentioned digital product, right? You can do print on demand. You can do a lot of things on Canva. So if you want to learn that, it's called Canva to Cash. You can send me a DM and I'll send you what is in the community. It's just $197 if you want to join that community. Okay, thank you so much for the likes because we don't have any question. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for staying and thank you for listening to me today. Thank you for the engagement so far. Normally I come up evenings like this, most times I talk about investing, but I think we're going to start putting in some other things like how to make money, because we need money to be able to invest, right? How to make money, how to manage your money. And today is one of those sessions where we're not really talking about investing, we're just talking how can you create an extra income. So thank you so much. Have a blessed week, and we'll see you again tomorrow. If you've not followed me, please do follow me so that you know when I am live. You get a notification whenever I am live. Thank you so much, sir. Have a good evening and have a good night.